All right, another indie monster haul. I probably should be packing for a move, but before I pack these books, I want to get them in the haul video. So we're doing October numero dos to get through these books. Again, this is a haul video, not a review, so I'm just going to show you what I picked up. I'll give you some thoughts, of course, but it's not going to be a full in-depth review, okay, on these books. Asking you to like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, just so we get some more visibility for all these great indie books that I've been showing you here. Gonna start off with a Kickstarter book. Okay. This is Limits. Let me get the Rich Carrington and Lee Gaston. So Rich Carrington doing the writing, Lee Gaston doing the art. Lee is a phenomenal artist. I really love his work that I see online, and I really enjoy his does some redesigns of some public domain characters. Just a little look-see into his style there. I try not to spoil things too much. Has a really great, smooth, fluid style. Not sure who I would particularly liken it to, because he has his own style pretty much. But really fantastic work, and the colors are good. Lettering looks good. Yeah, the whole book, the whole project did look very well done when I previewed it in Kickstarter. So that led me to getting this book. Okay, Hardline Comics. They're the ones putting this out. Hardline Comics. All right. Got the camera moved a little. Get us back in line here. All right. And that came with a couple of prints. Again, there's more of Lee's work. All right. I put these aside because the prints aren't going to stack well with the comics, and I don't want those to get ruined. We had our new issue of YEET. YEET 53. It's a Halloween special. Stories that will scare the yeet out of you. It's a flip book, so usually there's another cover on the back, or whichever is the front, whichever you want to be the front is the front. Spooktacular special issue YEET. Okay, 53. And YEET I get from Patreon. It's like one of the few things I do on Patreon, because I just have to subscribe, and then a new issue comes in. They charge your account, and then it gets mailed to you. Okay, this is actually not a flip book. This one actually just goes straight through. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes, let me see. We have a variety of creators because it is an anthology. This issue is in black and white. They do go back and forth a bit from black and white to color. Okay, this is the initial story. I didn't see credits, but Where's Sarah? And that looks like great art, right? Liking that. I mean, these are all supposed to be, I'm guessing, Halloween tales. So yeah, I think we're getting into a bit of a horror story here. Or maybe a little bit of Harvey Pekard's work right there. And sometimes the credits are at the end, but I don't see that here. And actually, the second, oh no, that's just an ad. I thought it was more from the book I just reviewed on the last one, Mary Slinsky and the Wonder Kitty. This just seems to be an ad from Joe Eli Corrales III for, I guess, his next issue. Well, this is just a one-issue, a one-page, kind of like what would be a gag strip in the comic strip form. So maybe we just have a one-page. They meet La Llorona de los 14. So it is, I guess, a Halloween. Maybe it's just like a one-panel deal there. We got Wayne's Shadow. Okay, that again looks like another horror story. Looks like we got a pinup of Nosferatu. And another tale, There Are No Monsters. So again, with an anthology, you get a variety of styles. Here's actually a friend of mine from the web here, Mac in Trouble. That's Rusty Gilligan. So this seems to be an ad. Watch out behind you. Unless this is also meant to be a one-page gag strip. I don't know. Ulysses Solomon Occult meets Mac in Trouble. Mac in Trouble, Rusty's cartoon cat characters. Let's see. I was involved with Rusty's, I think it's US flag character being in a crossover with Chain Reaction and someone else's character for a indie comics calendar. So we shared a page on that. Let's see. We seem to have another story here that I don't quite see a title for. Looks like an outer space type story. Created, written, and illustrated by Marcello Rosmini is another story that we got. There's someone who's got a double page spread here. And up, we have a prose story with some spot illustrations. That is by William and Nadine Mesnes-Lobes, who's a popular creator for YEET and for comics in general. And then art by Mike Jones. Okay, it was one of the publishers of YEET. Let's see, Frozen Monster. Wow. By Len Mahalovic and Marceau Jones doing the pencils and inks. Came through a lot of story, then I do have to keep it going here. Let's see. Oops. Does look like we're on our last story. No Place Like Home, The Adventures of Other Worlds by Lloyd Smith, writer, and Marcello Rosmini, artist. So I think we had Marcello Massini in another one. Lloyd Smith, I believe, is publisher of Diversions, which is a great book that I get on Indie Planet. So there's a tale that they collaborated with. Okay. Bringing us to the YEET letter page, which is one of the books that still has a letters page. YEET. Seeing the little stamp there, old guys who like old comics. That's, I guess, the publishing company. Love and Rockets, okay? Love and Rockets. And another issue of Love and Rockets came in. Fantagraphic books of Love and Rockets. Jaime and Gilbert Hernandez, the Hernandez brothers. And there's a back cover here. Okay, so you can see each of them had done, okay, Gilbert doing one back cover, Jaime doing another back cover. Guess they're trading off because this is a Jaime front cover and it's a Gilbert front cover. So always I pick up everything that they do, but especially anything they do in the Love and Rockets universes of, well, I guess in general, Jaime doing Maggie and the Mechanics is where it blossomed out of, his whole universe. And Palomar, the island of Palomar, where Gilbert's work kind of blossomed out of. Those were, I guess, their core stories that they started many years ago. And I'm always picking up anything new that comes in with Love and Rockets. This is actually magazine size. Talking of magazines, don't always pick this up, but Twomorrows Comics Group, Twomorrows Publishing, puts out back issue, and although it's covering mainstream, this is an indie publication. And I couldn't pass up this issue because it features one of my favorite Marvel characters, Doc Samson. Okay, which, I mean, a lot of times I'll flip through the new releases that I get, and then I put them aside to read at another time, but I had to stop when I was flipping through this and read this Doc Samson article. Some really insightful stuff, including his ties to Captain Tootsie, which was the Tootsie Roll mascot back in the day. I guess Len Wein kind of said that was his description for kind of the physical elements of you know, what he had actually asked for as far as for the design of Doc Samson. So yeah, Doc Samson, always been one of my favorite Marvel characters, along with Hercules, Wonder Man, Colossus. Those are probably some of my top characters. This whole issue just kind of featured I guess, C-list, or Marvel would consider C-list characters. So I picked that up. And we had 2 books come in. I think I already had this one with a different cover, but I picked up this cover as well. Kind of a reprint of the original Prophet #1. This is a remastered Prophet #1 where we have different comic creators, many of them of legendary status, reinterpreting this issue. So I'm going to keep these together and just like compare and contrast. Very cool. Rob Liefeld's Prophet, which is on the way to the screen. Picked it up originally, I guess, according to that, 30 years ago. Picked this up. And now here it is again. So really, Rob really killed it on this cover. I mean, fantastic. Love it. And talking of 30th, Shadowhawk. Okay, we have a 30th anniversary, the last Shadowhawk, so I guess this is the last story of Shadowhawk, maybe. And we have a variety of, well, Image founders, I'll say. You know, they retrofitted Robert Kirkman to be a founder, or at least a partner, because there's Invincible there. But we have Witchblade from Top Cow, Eric Larson's Savage Dragon, Rob's Bad Rock from Youngblood, and Spawn, Todd McFarlane's Spawn, of course, and Jim Valentino's Shadowhawk. So, very, very cool cover. And I will look forward to looking through that one. Got 2 issues of Ant. Okay, Mario Gully's creation that we have transferred over to Eric Larson now. So there he is, or there she is rather, with Malcolm Dragon. And Ant issue 4 came in. Ant issue 5 came in. Okay, we're trying to get through all these books, so I'm not really, I mean, Eric Larson's work. These are books that, I mean, you can easily look online, find plenty of previews for, so I'm kind of just going through those a little quicker. Okay, Miss Meow. Okay, let's see, issue 1, 2, and 3. Looking for the company's name. Merc. But James Tyndale was the creator of this. But it's written by Murphy Aaron Sparrow, illustrated by Victor Serra, colored by Gaston Zubladia, and lettered by Joel Rodriguez. So yeah, Miss Meow, I guess he has a few books, and this is within his superhero universe that he's been creating. Miss Meow is one of them. I guess there's another book that I have been picking up. The name escapes me right now. I'm sure maybe it's in an ad here. I do not see it. But, yeah, high quality work. Good little action panel there. So, I've been picking that up, obviously. 3 issues right there. We had a let's see, image graphic novel that came in, The Frontiersman. I'm a big Davy Crockett fan, so looked in that vein. I guess I looked up a little bit about it, read some reviews, thought it looked good, so picked up The Frontiersman, and yeah. It's image, so you know the quality is going to be there. Let's see. Words by Patrick Kindlon, art Marco Ferrari, letters Jim Campbell, and the covers by Marco Ferrari. So yeah, I look forward to checking this out. He has that coonskin cap that Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone. Even though there's some, I don't know, things that they never actually wore that stuff, but of course in cinema and stuff they always wore that. Um, so yeah, I look forward to looking at that. We had 2 books from AWA Upshot. Okay, we had Absolution, which there was a book, Absolution by I think Avatar. And that, has this Frank Cho cover, which is going to be a selling point for me. And, is this John Cassaday art? No. It looked like it, but it was actually Mike Deodato Jr., which is another great artist who, that would be why I would be inclined to pick it up. And writer Peter Milligan, colorist Lee Lowridge, and letterer Steve Wands. That Frank Cho cover is colored by Sabine Rich. So yeah, Mike Deodato Jr., very well-known artist. So yeah, with the Frank Cho cover and Mike Deodato doing the interiors, I knew it was a winner. And, oh, well, okay. I believe this is the same book, but this is actually the Mike Deodato cover. Absolution. All right. And let's see, American Mythology Productions put out this Moon Maid, an Edgar Rice Burroughs creation. Not as well known, of course, as Tarzan or John Carter. Writer Christopher Mills, art Gabrielle Riarte, colors Bees Studios, who's actually done work for myself as well in Argo Comics, letterer Natalie Jane. So yeah, I thought the preview art on this looked very good also. I was liking that style that this artist was laying down. So it's always interesting to see not a new, but a more unknown Edgar Rice Burroughs creation. So I picked up that. Cloaked, again, reviews look good. It's a Dark Horse book. Cloaked. Mike Richardson writing, Jordi Armengol doing the art. Kind of like a dark vigilante. Like the look of that. Primos. Okay, this is from AWA Upshot, who we just saw with Absolution. Primos Volume 1. Okay, here's my main selling point there. Carlo Barberi, one of my favorite artists. So I had to jump on board for that. Writer Al Madrigal, artist Carla Barberi, colorist Brian Reber, letterer and world design, cover artist Dave Johnson. Okay, Carla Barberi. Dave Johnson's great, of course, but Carla Barberi, I really enjoy his work. All right, so pick that up, and this one's back to Image now. Crossover. Okay, heard good things about this. Well, Madman's in this one, I guess. So crossover from different genres, I believe, is the premise. And let's see. Donnie Cates doing the story, Jeff Shaw doing the art, D. Conniff doing the colors, John J. Hill doing the letters and design, Mark Wade story edits. So that's a strong team. And the art looks strong inside as well. Again, it made it into Image. It's going to be a high quality book. Commanders in Crisis. Okay, book 2, I read book 1. Yeah, book 1 seemed to be a little preachy. So I'm thinking, not sure if Comic Eater is going to want to read this, but I did really like the artwork, and yeah, the story had some interesting twists. Steve Orlando, the writer, Dave Tinto doing the art. So yeah, Dave Tinto. Yeah, I think overall it was a cool looking book, enough to bring me back, see where the story goes. Black Hammer Reborn. I just had like an omnibus, Black Hammer omnibus in the last haul. So it's from Dark Horse. Black Hammer has been a great story. They have a bunch of spin-offs, being that it's been so popular. So let's see if we have, no, that's not the creative team. They have the editors and stuff listed in the here. I guess we'll just take it from the cover. Jeff Lemire doing the writing. Malachi Ward doing the art. Matthew Sheehan doing the colors. Nate Pikios doing the letters. That's what I'm guessing from the way they broke it down here. Yeah, so I guess the main Black Hammer series has Dave Orman, I believe, doing the art. That's fantastic art. So this is for those come on the Indie Monster Hall to see some interior art, to know if it's your thing or not. I'll show a little preview of the art here. It looks good. I like it. Black Hammer's, again, been very popular. And I've been enjoying it. So I'll pick up everything. And maybe I'll have this again in a second omnibus, but I always like those omnibuses to read everything all at one time. There's Black Hammer Reborn #2. And in packing with all this moving and stuff, it'll be a challenge to find anything like volume 1. So that's where the omnibus really comes in handy. But after the move, I'll take upon a mission of organizing, and at that point, maybe I'll be able to find what find everything to read. Now this is Black Hammer Reborn, and here is an Image book called Reborn. So Reborn is, I guess, a popular theme here. Again, I looked through previews of stuff. Mark Millar, rather, very popular. Greg Capullo, great artist. So with that team on board, and then the descriptions and the previews and looking up reviews, everything pointed me towards picking this up. Jonathan Galapian doing the inking. FCD Placentia doing as a colorist. Nate Picos doing the lettering. Michael Fulton as the editor. So, yeah, I mean, Greg Capullo, I guess most recently popular for the Batman work, but he's a great artist. And yeah, like I said, when I looked it up, it seemed like there was enough there for me to give it a try with this trade. All right, so that's going to do it for this haul. Now I can pack these books, get them in boxes, and get ready to move. I'll see if I can get another haul prior to the move. I think I should be able to. Once again, really appreciate it if you like and subscribe on the bottom, but I will be back with more indie books for the next Indie Monster haul.